A screen door squeaks open. A tall, slim, tousle-haired woman emerges from the bedroom, her filmy white negligee fluttering in the California breeze. Toting a steely-eyed glare and a .22 rifle, she shades her eyes against the sun and the glittering Pacific for a moment to better locate the screeching blue jay that had disturbed her noonday slumber. She lifts the gun to her shoulders, takes careful aim, and blows it to smithereens. The poor blue jay flutters down and hits the dirt, dead. His feathers are the same blue as the ocean. The screen door slams. My mother has gone back to bed. In the scrubby courtyard below, I am one of a bunch of kids surrounding Uncle Clinty Hollister, one of the famed family of early white California settlers and landowners for whom the town of Hollister is named. Uncle Clinty fries a few of the gleaming trout we'd helped catch early that morning, marveling as he pulled one flapping and wiggling from the creek nearby. I steal a glance at the upturned faces around the fire pit, curious to see if this captive audience has found my mother's performance bizarre or cool. I need a cue for my own reaction, desperate to feel something other than the urge to run far, far away as quickly as possible. At age 11, I don't yet know the meaning of the word eccentric. I'm simply embarrassed to be the child of such a flamboyant person. I've long had trouble parsing some of the events that peppered my privileged childhood. Maybe they were funny? The truth was this. My mother's larger-than-life persona is so overarchingly important to her that my needs are justly inconsequential. It's not worth the effort it takes to stoop down to my level and look, even for a moment, through my Coke bottle glasses into my confused and needy little soul. I haven't yet learned that her star shines so piercingly bright, the razor-sharp wit and glittering repartee, the limpid brown eyes and impish flirtations, that the firmament has room only for her. I am a jagged little unfinished moon lurking hopefully in the shadows. No one was around then to warn me that I mustn't ever allow this woman to see me as a rival. Even if some kind, intuitive person had done so, it would have been akin to telling a loopy little kitten not to compete with a leopard. The trout are still sizzling away, their earthy, fresh perfume swirling lazily around the courtyard, like the carrots that always lured Bugs Bunny to follow their siren call slavishly and nose first. I timidly ask Uncle Clinty if I can add some butter to the pan. Didn't I hear someone say that butter makes everything better? When his eyes light up, I rush off to the kitchen and grab the plastic butter keeper out of the fridge. It's not real butter, of course. Mom would never allow that. So it's Fleischmann's margarine. I've never had real butter. Returning with the plastic butter dish held high, I clock the somewhat surprised but admiring eyes of the other kids. Butter adds flavor, color, and crispness to the skin of the trout, I note. It also apparently adds a little bump up to my position in the kid-centric pecking order. Back then, California felt real, grounded. It was a place of dirt roads, clean beaches, and unlimited parking. Her curves had been sculpted by millennia of shifting tectonic plates, pounding surf, and capricious winds, not a surgeon's blade. Paradise had yet to be paved. It is only in my gossamer memory now that California's rustic beauty, and the idea that my mother and father were flawless, remains intact. I was lucky enough to spend perhaps the happiest times of my childhood on the legendary Hollister Ranch, a rare piece of the California coast that had been completely left behind, even by 60s-era progress. The 18,000-acre working cattle ranch had originally been part of the famous Spanish land grant known as Nuestra Señora del Refugio, Our Lady of Refuge. During my mother's initial tenure with the Hollisters, as a repeat boarding school holiday guest in the late 30s and early 40s, many members of the huge family lived on the ranch, sharing one party telephone line that was anything but private. The Mexican vaqueros and their families lived there too, and the community was a utopian microcosm of disparate cultures and foodways. Life was equally hardscrabble for all the residents, irrespective of their backgrounds. A little schoolhouse took care of all the ranch kids until they were sent to boarding school or the public high school in Santa Barbara. After the Second World War, bit by bit, the various Hollisters took their cattle money and a little oil money off the ranch to more glamorous digs in Montecito and elsewhere. The year-round ranch population was reduced to ranch hands, cowpokes, managers, and their families.